Hello, this is Minder Chen. Let me explain briefly how to use ChatGPT and also how to fill out the learning journal, which is required for our assignment, our HTML assignment for the MIS310 class. So let me share the screen. And allow me to move around a little bit. Okay. First of all, the website to access ChatGPT now is chatgpt.com. The company behind it, it's OpenAI. And by the way, you may reach out to some website which claim they're using ChatGPT, but it may not be the official site. There are mobile app which also claim to be ChatGPT, but may not be from OpenAI. So make sure it's from OpenAI. And this is one from OpenAI. And by the way, if you can also say chat.openai.com to reach ChatGPT. They redirect you over here. It used to be just chat.openai.com, but now they have this domain name. So just briefly about the user interface. This is, you can create a new chat. If you click here or here, that's also a new chat. And here's a list of chat that you have created and used in the past. So they do keep track of your chat. And if you click this sidebar, it may disappear and show up. Okay, so it depends on how much space you need. And over here in the middle, they kind of give us just a few example how you can prompt on the ChatGPT. And you can study this a little bit and give it a try. Over here, I'm using the free version, although I do have the paid version, but just assume most of you have only the access to the free version. And so if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade to ChatGPT Plus, which will cost you $20 a month. For this course, there's no need to upgrade, okay? And, and this is kind of your account. You can switch and log out and log in with a new account. There's a few new features such as my GPTs or here export GPTs. That's really about custom chatbot that I believe technically you can develop and also you can let other people to use it. We're not going to use it in this class, so I'm going to stop right here regarding GPTs. Okay. So for this course, particularly for the HTML assignment, let's start with asking some question. And by the way, we call it message ChatGPT. You're sending a message to ChatGPT, or typically I'll just refer to it as prompt. The prompt can be in the form of a question. Prompt can be in the form of instruction. Do this for me. For instance, I'm going to do something really simple to keep it simple. So what is HTML stands for to understand the terminology? What does HTML stands for? And by the way, ChatGPT is very tolerant in terms of typo, grammatic error, but it's always a good idea to state your prompt properly. So it gives a pretty simple, straightforward answer. It's hypertext markup language, okay? And it's used for creating design website, and HTML structure, the content of the web, and you can do text, images, and other elements displayed in a web browser. You here they give you some potential follow-up prompt that you can ask. Um, if you continue ask here, that's I refer to as a follow-up prompt. For instance, you say, what's markup stands for? You can say, what it, what does markup mean uh, in hypertext markup language? Okay. Markup is also called tag. Okay. Or they are HTML consists of a set of markup for paragraph, for session heading, for A actually is for hypertext link, or and for anchor that we discuss in our video lectures. And you can also say, well, I mean, give me of how let's say H1 tag is used. Okay, the A tag is a little bit complicated. Um, I'll say explain the use of A tag with examples. So in this case, we are actually creating a hypertext link. This is the URL. And by the way, if you don't know what URL stands for, you ask ChatGPT, what is URL? They will answer you. It's really just we call it universal resource locator to refer to a web page. And this is the link phrase, the link text. Okay, this is where you want the which page that contains the information referred to by the link text. Okay. Um, so this is the example. We have a website at www.example.com, and that has a lot of examples, so you can do this. Also, this is actually, we call it bookmark. Okay. You can use, oh, it's not yet. You can create a bookmark here, like ID, within the session heading H2 called section 1. So you can refer to the section 1, but you need to place pound sign in front of it. Okay. And certainly in this video, we're not explaining this link syntax and format in detail, but you can certainly use this as a tool to help you to learn the material and actually help you with the assignment. Okay, and let me just do one more thing. How can I insert an image to a web page? I didn't say it clearly, but I'm referring to how can I do it in HTML format. And since I'm asking about HTML, the system kind of know that. So here's the syntax. Okay. it's an image tag img. Okay, and here, and then src means source, specify the path and URL to the image file. Here, the image file, the URL could be just the file name of your image. If you put your image file in the same folder where this HTML page is, then you just need the file name. Okay, for instance, minder.jpg, okay, or .gif. And ALT is a description of the image, which is important for accessibility. You can specify the width and height to resizing, control the size of the image. It's a little more advanced, and you can play with it. And they give more examples. So, for instance, there's lots of information. But if I say I have an image file called test.jpg in the same folder as this HTML page. How can I write an HTML code to insert the image? So let's do it. Not only the system give us the image tag with proper reference to that file name that's given in my prompt, but also they actually give me the whole HTML file with the header and the body, etc. Okay. So that's good. They also suggest some potential additional follow-up prompt. Once you have this, um, how do you fill out your learning journal? Okay, I'm going to bring up the learning journal. Where is the learning journal? Okay, this is the learning journal provided through the Canvas course website. And here, I'm going to, this should be, I think this should be 4 point instead of 2.5 point. And you write your name. This, you can just say MI310. HTML will be sufficient for the semester. You specify the date and time. So for instance, you say September the 2nd, 2024. You may want to just add that ChatGPT is used. It is possible you use other tool like Gemini or Copilot from Microsoft, Gemini from Google. So by default, you're using, I recommend you to use ChatGPT because it's free, it's easily accessible. Learning goal, for instance, you can just say learn about then the prompt. Okay, for instance, I will come to this chat. For instance, my prompt could be just this. That's just my prompt. This is the response. So I'm just copy. And I'm going to just paste my response here. Its response is If it's pretty long, you can still copy and paste it here. That is fine. Reflection, just a very quick comment and say a good concise definition. And the prompt two, in this case, consider a follow-up prompt. Okay. A follow-up prompt, which is a continuation of this chat or conversation. In my case, it's this one. So I'm going to just copy it and paste it. The response is not too long, so that's fine. And by the way, you can click this copy. However, copy depends on the content, the response. A copy sometimes may not show up that well. For instance, this actually was boldface, but they use two asterisks to enclose where they want to boldface. If you know that's what happened, you can certainly still delete that. If you want to, you can just highlight this. Same thing here. Use tag. That's, I think, italics font. So you do this. But you can always just come here and just copy this response, Control C, at least in window. You copy this and you paste it over. Then you should be fine. And again, you can just reflect on it. Delete the reflection that I put it, sample reflection. You can just say, what is markup? Well, okay. And you can keep going. At the minimum, you should have 3 prompts, and also filling the response from ChatGPT. You can have more prompt. If you have even more than 5, you can just copy it and paste and just say insert. Insert. Let's say. Oh, actually, I can come here. Table layout. Insert below. And then I can just paste it over. I say that's just additional. Sorry, it should be 3. Prompt, response, and reflection. Let me back out of here. Prompt, response, reflection. Let's do this. Highlight this and make a copy. I would just say insert below. And then I copy that, so I'm just pasting it. I can change this to 6, so it can have a really long conversation with more than 5 prompts. You can keep adding this. And here's a reflection to ChatGPT in general. Particularly if it's the first time you're using ChatGPT, you just write, say, I don't think it's useful, I'm amazed by it, so whatever come to your mind. If you have used it before, you can respond to this in 2 ways. One is like, what's your first impression long time when you first use it? And then what's your impression this time when you use it? Okay. Verification is referring to how you look at the response from ChatGPT and how you verify it. Since I know the material, the subject area, so I certainly need to look it over to see whether it's technical correct. And sometimes you would do Google search, sometimes you would check our slide to just make sure it is correct. Or sometimes you would just do it in your notebook where you start coding the HTML and to run it and see whether that's correct. Okay, so there's a different way to verify the response from ChatGPT. That's actually a critical part of the proper usage of ChatGPT is to be able to validate and verify the response. And the any any additional feedback about this usage? Maybe you this video or talking to a colleague and a peer about your usage. And this is not critical. I mean, you can leave it blank if feedbacks may not mean much to you. Okay. But you could consult other people in terms of proper usage of ChatGPT in this context. And final learning outcome kind of summarize all your reflection and regarding whether this is kind of useful. Okay. And by the way, if you have several chat, allow me. Typically, if I'm going to ask kind of a total different line of question, I will start a new chat. Okay. The old chat, I can still get it back. Like here, it's become an item on this list. And by the way, if you don't want to keep it, you can delete it. Okay. You can rename it. They name it for you based on your chat. But if you like it, you want to have a different label or title, you can rename it. But you can also delete it. Okay. I believe you can share it, play with the share with yourself, with other people, and just make sure it's shareable. Sometimes I have trouble sharing it. But if you start a new chat, then you start from beginning. When do you start a new chat? If you have a total different conversations, not just a follow-up on your existing chat. For instance, you have an entrepreneurship course, and then you want to ask more about effectuation theory in entrepreneurship, then it's a good idea to have a new chat. So it's different than the HTML related chat. Okay. So, but if you do have a new chat, you can just copy this table and paste it over here. I'm not going to paste it, and you paste this as a template so you can have multiple chat. Each chat can have contain one or more prompt and also include the response. And there's a few things you have to do on this kind of short. It's kind of, by the way, earlier, I kind of say that's 4 point. That's a mistake. It's still 2.5 point because I noticed you do need to answer the question here, which count to 1.5 point, and together that's 4 point in total. So answer this question, comparing your use of HTML with my maybe online lectures, my lecture slide. This is my video lectures, and maybe other material that you have found, like W3 School HTML tutorial site, or just simple Google search. Okay. Um, so comment just briefly, like whether this is useful or not, whether you use it and how useful it is to comparing to ChatGPT. And here, definitely you can still answer a little bit like, I do use ChatGPT. I find it to be useful or not so useful. And this is where you rank various resources that you use in this assignment based on this 6. Okay, and if you want to add more, it's something which is not in the 6 item, and you can sort of add more. Rank it. 1 means highest rank, the most useful one, and save it and submit it, and that's all. So good luck and have fun in terms of your HTML assignment and in terms of your use of ChatGPT for it. Okay, that's it. Bye bye.